In this film I'm going to try to demonstrate limitations of the first toe joint, and I'm using a technique called fan strapping. We're going to put some brown tape onto the toe in such a way that will limit the up and down movement of the toe. So the finished fan strap should look something like this. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strips. This is sort of 1 inch for each of these bands. They're overlapped by 50% each. The length finishes around about the midfoot, and it's secured from underneath the toe right away around to the other side in order to limit movement. In order to help us in this exercise, we're going to use some zinc oxide tape. This is actually hypoallergenic tape. This in fact is 3.5 centimeters wide, and it's going to be far too wide for the model I'm going to use. What we're going to do is to cut it down to make it smaller, but obviously if you've got a nice wide tape to start with, you can make it as wide or narrow as you need by cutting it. The technique I'm going to use is using some sharp scissors. These are a blunt, sharp professional scissor, about 6 inches long, and we can cut it along the centre, and it's useful to ensure that you're around the edges, purely so the tape doesn't actually slip off when it's square. This is a useful technique that we've found over the years. For this model it's going to be around about 8 centimeters, but most feet are going to be a little bit longer than that actually. So the foot, this one obviously is a model, plastic, so it doesn't move around, so it's a little bit more difficult to demonstrate the fan strap. It's going to finish about around the midfoot. This is around about 8 centimeters from the middle of the toe here to the midfoot. We'll start off with a single piece of strap which will go underneath. This is nice and flat, and we'll build upon this by placing another piece, and we start from the toe end and then we overlap it by 50%. Smooth that down and just leave the end a little bit loose, because we're going to use this at the end for tension. In the living foot this is great because it actually allows you to make it as tense as you actually want to, so you've got some adjustability. The next one follows on, again by the big toe, pull it back, overlap about 50%, just place it down there. Notice that the tape has been pre-cut here so it lies flatly. Tape number 4, we use about 5 to 6 tapes in all, going right the way around the big toe, back, under tension, and then flatten it all off, overlapping it like so. As I said, this toe doesn't actually move, but if it were a live toe, if you're not happy, you actually want to put one more tape on there, which in fact I think I will, just to make it a little bit more secure. So it's about the middle of the toe over here, and then bring it back, there we go, and then we have a nice fan strapping. Leave this on for only a day, take it off at night or certainly in the morning, and if you get it wet it's important not to reapply it. Like anything that's adhesive, once it's reapplied with moisture it can damage the skin.